Please don't dump your cats off at our house, because this is what happens. Now we have a dirty stray kitten on my daughter's white bed. Yuck.
He's cute.
He's getting neutered Monday. Hopefully he doesn't spray in here. It's May 14th, and we're just coming out. This is the evening check. Haven't seen Zinnia's baby yet, but we're gonna try to look. And it's been a rainy, yucky day, so I kind of hope no babies are born. At least till tomorrow, because the wind's kind of blowing too. Anyways, we're just gonna look through here. And we still have 11, 12, and Lady, and that's it, and we're done. My husband spotted her baby down here. There's two of them together, and he's the one in the back, inside that pile. Right off, he's tan now, with a white face, or a white mark on his face. So they're keeping him warm. And the pregnant girls are up on top, so we gotta keep looking. Well, we found them all on top. Hopefully they hold out till warmer weather. This spring I bought 10 baby chicks, and I was thinking how I have hardly ever lost any chicks. Usually because the kids did something to them. But I bought those 10 chicks and I lost one when they were still in the house. And then I put them with the big chickens in their own pen, the inside pen, and it took me a couple times to realize that something was crawling under the cracks. Something really skinny was getting through the cracks because you couldn't even tell there were cracks there. And they were pulling, the first time they did it, they pulled the first two out. And I thought they just somehow got out. I didn't realize something was pulling them out. And then by the third time, the chicks were so big that whatever was doing it couldn't get the chicken body out. So they pulled the head through the cracks, through a crack, and just ate her head. And so I had to bring them in the garage, put them in the dog kennel, and now I'm building a emergency chicken shelter. And I just wanted to show I made it out of scraps that we had. These are all from the barn and just some old chicken wire we had. The frame was actually from the windows that we bought from the barn. So I just wrapped it in chicken wire and I left the bottom open so they can get the grass. And then the top, I'm putting these heavy boards on there and probably a rock or maybe that other board on top. But I gotta have an opening that won't scratch me too bad trying to get them in and out. And also it'll make some shade. So, and then the cats, every time they're outside, because I've had them in the dog kennel, the cats just harass them the whole time. And we have 9 cats now. Nobody needs 9 cats. Nobody. Since I'm out here, I'm walking to get the chickens. I'll just show you a little view of my pots. The tulips are going over, but all the vegetables are coming up. My chives and the kale. The kale has been going since last year, so it finally grew flowers. But I have all of this lettuce in here and the peas in the background. And I'm just kind of waiting. I got dahlias that will go in here. Or I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to put except for sure more lettuce. All these big tulips. The radishes. I think they're big enough to pick. I'm not going to pick them yet, but yeah, they are. I'll probably do that soon. Strawberries are getting huge. And these are peas in here. And the tulips are still going in here. These ones are Black Hero and Mystic something or other. Okay, I got him in here. My best guess of what we ended up with, there's a golden laced Wyandotte. There is maybe a buff Brahma, some kind of an Americana, or just an Easter Egger. I can't tell because she does have the cheeks, like the beard and the fuzzy feet. And then we have 3 white ones, which could be just leghorns, or they could be Wyandottes, or basically anything. There's a lot of different breeds that have white chickens. Sorry. Also, I just remembered that there is a chicken called the salmon faverol, and that's a French word, so I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. And it does look the same as the chicken that I thought was an Easter Egger Americana thing. So I'm kind of hoping that's what it is. I've never had one. And when she gets bigger, I'll probably be able to tell better. I'm not sure if they lay a colored egg, but I'm pretty sure they don't lay green eggs. So if she ends up laying green eggs, I know that she's an Easter Egger. So my mom was bugging me about I haven't done a flower video lately. She lives in a zone 8 and I live in a zone 5 to 6. We're like 3 hours apart, or 3 hours away from each other. And the reason I haven't is because nothing's really been blooming but the allium. I do have some sweet peas. I didn't want to do a whole video, but this is mostly for my mom. The geums are blooming. The cord is for Sophie. I have blooms on everything. All my irises have blooms. I really, really want to put one of these heucheras next to the geums, if I can find more. But everything is just getting ready to explode. But I don't got blooms. The lupins are blooming, I guess. But that's it. Just waiting. The new cat wants food. Anyway. Nothing really to see. It's just some of the, here's a peony. Some of the columbines are blooming, but just a few, and they're covered in aphids. So, that's it. That's why, Mom. As soon as they start blooming, I'll do a video. So it's Sunday the 16th, and no baby calves. Everyone came up to eat. And Zini has her calf out running right there. He's so cute. And huge. He's taller than the other calves that are a lot older. Alright, still waiting on 3. 3 more. The bull did, when he was up on the mountain ranch, some steers got in with our cows from the neighboring ranch, and he took off with them for a while. So hopefully he didn't miss like 2 cycles instead of just 1, because they should be having them within like a day or 2 if he got this cycle. Well, they missed a cycle when we put him in, and then this next cycle they should be being born like any second. But if he ran off with those steers and weren't paying attention to them, he could have missed another cycle. Which hopefully that didn't happen. He's gonna come sniff the truck. Oh, too scared. Alright, I'm out in the barn and I have a predicament here. We always get these really bad rainstorms with the wind blowing, and the horses have lost their hair, so they're freezing. I don't know if you can see Mosquito shaking, but he's shivering, and Mesa is shivering. You can't really see it on my camera. There, you can see him shivering. So the problem is, my little lady here is in the barn. She's in Mosquito's stall, and Mesa won't let Mosquito in here. He's pretty mean to him. So I'm trying to get all of this stuff out of here so that Mosquito can come in and get dry. But we screwed these things on here to put the heat lamp in here for Sophie the calf. And I don't know if I have the tools to get it out. So I'm going to work on that and try to put Sophie in here. Now I'm all ready for him, and of course he won't listen. He wants the hay in there, and he won't listen to me. And it's really wet. Really, really wet. And now he's so cold. Hi, Dork. It's so wet I can't even take my phone out there. Alright. They're in different stalls than when I started, but they each have a stall again. Alright, I got everything out of the way that Sophie could get hurt on, and I made her a little bed and hoping she'll lay down. I'm sitting here with her so she'll know this is her spot to lay down again. And it's still pouring rain. When she gets her next bottle, hopefully it'll stop, and then I'll let the horses out and put her back. The storms just do that in the spring here, where it's like a cold wind. It's kind of pretty warm outside, but it's a cold wind and then a heavy downpour of rain. So it's terrible. And I thought it was just my thoroughbred that got affected by it, because I've usually only had him be the problem. But Mosquito, he was freezing too. Now they've both stopped, so. But the rain hasn't. So I think we're gonna check the calves on the ranch one more time. I'm not positive. Nothing was going on before. And I'm hoping that they're hiding under a tree somewhere with their mamas. I'm sure they're just fine, but the horses, well, the horses have a shed out here. I don't know why they don't go in it, but they didn't. They were waiting for dinner early because it was 4:30. I usually feed them about 6. But anyway, crisis averted. Everyone's warm and dry. I checked on the chicks one more time before I came in to make sure that they were dry. And who would have thought we'd need a fire in May? But it feels so good. So we came up and fed and checked on cows and got their water. They didn't drink any water because it's rained all night long. It's still raining, which is awesome, except just not for the calves, but they're all under trees and under sagebrush, and everyone's doing good. No babies to report.